Welcome to the Hottest Happy Hour in STL. Grab your mocktails, your cocktails, and join in and have some fun with us on the all-new Lou Information Station right here at 590 AM, the new KLIS. And of course, we love the fact that you can watch all the shows at louinfo.com. You can go to In Your City Show. louinfo.com, you're going to catch, of course, all the shows that are playing here at the Lou Information Station. And then at In Your City Show channel, of course, or all of our shows. If you'd like to follow us, we'd love it. We're at Instagram, we're at Facebook. If you want to send us a message, maybe you have a story to tell. Maybe you have a business that you want to shine here on the show. Let us know. Reach out to us. Maybe you want to partner with our magazines. We have City Lifestyle, Chesterfield, Clayton, and St. Charles County City Lifestyle magazines mailed every single month over 45,000 homes and businesses. We tell everyone's story. We have destinations, culinary delights, pretty much everything that we have here on the show with us. We also have great stories inside the magazines, along with great happenings that are happening in the city. So we'd love to hear from you, and we love the fact that you're tuning in and having some fun with us. We do have a great show today. It's going to be a flavorful mix of food, music, and community on today's show. We're going to be talking to Keith Brooks, and he's the founder of the Big League Bash. He's a former executive at Cardinals Care, and we're going to be talking about an upcoming bash that's coming up and a really cool guest of honor, I should say, that's going to be making the bash happen. That will be part of this big event. And then we're going to welcome she's known as the Brunch Queen. Try to say that when you get Botox in your lips 3 times. The upper lip is not working well. The things we do to try to stay down.
How long does it take like to settle down?
I don't know, but it's like blah, 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 blah. Try to drink out of a straw. I mean, I think I'm just gonna have to not. I didn't want to do it the last time, but
is it like numb? Just your lips
I
get
guess
numb, kind of like going to the dentist?
Okay, so if a man or woman gets Botox like in their forehead to get rid of wrinkles, well, what that actually does, which sounds really weird, but it paralyzes the forehead. And that's what makes the wrinkles go away or tone down or whatever it might be, depending on the level of that you're getting. But in sometimes what an esthetician or nurse practitioner, an esthetician doesn't do the Botox and those type things, but they can put just a little tap right into the upper lip. And when they do that, it kind of just adds just a little fullness to, makes it go up, because as you age, everything goes down, right? So it makes it come up. But the problem is it paralyzes the lip. So it kind of doesn't move exactly the same way that it did. So I'm not going to do that again. Let's just, you guys are going to have to deal with the lip that falls because I can't talk. But anyway, back to the Brunch Queen. Suzanne Vizethann.
You did a better job than I would have.
Yeah, she's the chop champion. She's the chef behind Atlanta's Buttermilk Kitchen, which we are going to have to go there someday very soon. And she's the author of the delicious new cookbook, Brunch Season. So she's serving up some stories, some recipes, and a big helping of Southern charm. She's going to be on the show today. So I love the people, that we get to meet that are coming on to the show and giving so much to our cities and our community. But on a sad note, I mean, I know we all grew up, well, not we all, but our generation grew up with the Cosby Show, which I know that didn't work out well for Bill Cosby in the long run, but we did love the show growing up, right? The Huxtable, everyone to be part of the Huxtable family. So Theodore, the young man who played Theodore Huxtable, which is actually Malcolm Jamal Warner, my gosh, 54 years old, on a family vacation, and he drowns.
I know.
It means sad. None of us, I mean, we're not invincible. We have no guarantee that tomorrow's going to be here. I mean, if that doesn't,
because we all think we can swim, or we all think, I mean, I don't know what led to it, but I mean, we all think we're, like
just like when you took me out on the boat over the weekend, I could be one of those they'd be talking about right now.
Talked about this yesterday. Do we got to talk about it again
today?
Went
out for a 1 hour drive, a 3-hour tour, and never came back. So
we did come back. She's exaggerating.
No, I'm not. It was like being in the middle of a typhoon.
We talked about this yesterday.
It gets bigger every time I talk about it. So the waves went from maybe 1 foot to 9, and now they're like a typhoon size that we were in. But yeah, you really don't, I mean, of course, when you get down to, the nuts and bolts, none of us are not going to be here. We're all going to have our day. But you kind of live like you're the one that's not going to go anywhere, right?
Right.
And then when you're at a certain age, and a lot of our friends' parents are passing, because obviously we're at an age where I feel like every day I'm writing somebody or calling or texting, or we're attending or sending flowers to somebody's family member that's
so much for
passed.
the happy hour.
I know you're going to need a few more cocktails for this conversation.
Wow. Okay.
You might need to go ahead and just add a little bit more scotch or whiskey. But yeah, so I mean, I think it's just a reminder to say that, really enjoy your day, live it to the fullest. Don't stay mad at somebody, you know, uh, don't drag on something that needs to be ended because of your pride or something like that, because we really don't know when a sickness, an accident, or something's going to happen. So sympathy and prayers to his family. I'm sure it's very difficult. He seemed like he was a funny guy. He always played pretty good
I always
roles
liked
where he
him.
was always enlightening.
Yeah, he's such a fun-loving character.
Yeah.
as
So only
Theo.
54, if I didn't say that. And then if you want to get a hold of Gwyneth Paltrow's new book, it's Gwyneth, the biography. Apparently, she talks about her sex act, her favorite, with Ben Affleck. So there you go. She gives some
He
details.
was with Ben Affleck.
Yeah, they were pretty young when they were dating.
Who hasn't been Ben Affleck?
Yeah, Ben's gotten around. He definitely has gotten around. But apparently, unfortunately, those were his days of gambling and alcohol. He should have been drinking mocktails, but apparently the relation broke up because of cheating. Cheating is like that is the word of the week, or weekend that just keeps going. It's like the Energizer Bunny cheating right now.
And then he ended up with Jennifer Lopez like a second time. Like, I mean,
yeah, he didn't learn
but you
the
could
first
expect
time.
Jennifer to cheat on you.
Did she cheat?
Well, I don't know, but it's not going to last.
Oh, you just started a rumor.
It's not going to last.
I don't think they're even together right now.
No, but how many guys has Jennifer Lopez been married to?
She's like Elizabeth
What's the
Taylor.
joke? She's got more rings than
Tom Brady.
Than Tom Brady, yeah. It's like, could you really? I mean, if you were dating Jennifer Lopez and she said, "I love you forever," you just gotta go.
I go, let's just go right now.
Come on, stop it,
Philly.
You do not.
You will not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you could get just some fun and part of the fortune for that little bit, right? Just go ahead and take that for a ride for a little bit.
Yeah, depending on most of the guys she dates has a lot more money than she does, probably. I don't know.
I don't think she's doing too bad
No.
from her days in what was that show, Color, where she was a dancer. Isn't that where she made her big break?
I'm not a big.
It's the comedy show that was on with the Wayans brothers, I think, wasn't it? The Wayans brothers.
Oh,
I'm grabbing at straws here.
Living
I think
Color.
I'm right. Living. See, told you. I know
I
Color.
thought you were talking about a movie.
I think the Wayans brothers brought it all home. Yeah, she was a dancer on that show, right?
Oh, I didn't know.
Not Gloria. It was her.
Yeah, I think so.
J-Lo. Yeah. Okay, so back to you. What do you got?
Well, Earth, Wind, and Fire is going to be playing tonight at the Music Park, St. Louis Music Park. I love
on a Monday night.
No, on a Tuesday night.
Oh yeah. What day of the week is it?
And don't forget the Muni. Avita is playing. I've never seen that play. No. Have you?
Well, Madonna played it in a movie. That's the only Avita.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Wow.
Oh, remember that song?
Should I?
That's all I know. Glow City at City Museum, neon lit, and the installation open daily. That's Pompeii still playing. They're talking about Pompeii, but that's July 23rd is the last.
Oh, so it's coming up. That's just 2 days away.
Yeah.
1 day away, actually.
Yep.
I'm excited because where are we going? Is it Friday night that we're going?
We're going to go
Little Big Town.
Little Big Town.
And Naz Transportation. Kind of excited because apparently she's got the N. So Naz Transportation, and incredible transportation service, whether it's the airport, they've even driven people to Chicago and whatever. But, you get in that Uber and a lot of times it's a stinky mess. And she has the ends to drive you right to where you need to be and pick you up where you need to be. And you're in and out within minutes, where normally you'd be sitting.
Yes, if you're going to do like Uber Black Car, call Naz Transportation first, 636-627-9607. That's 636-627-9607. Naz, that's Nas Transportation.
Yeah, I'm excited. That'll be our first time trying it out, actually.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be very, very successful. Yeah. Anything else going
on? I got to go back and look.
So you're a musician, right?
Yes.
And I think the funniest thing is...
I don't know. I'm a singer, so I don't know.
Well, you're a musician, but you're a singer. Yes, all the above. Do you have a song that you sing the words wrong? You think it says one thing, but it's really another? Like if I give you some lyrics. Do you think you might know what the real lyric is?
Yeah, let's see. Let's go for it.
Feel the beat on the tangerine.
I'm already stinking it up. Feel the beat on the tangerine.
Yeah, it's from Dancing Queen.
Oh, I know I'm not going to get.
Feel the
I'm not
beat
a
from
big
the
ABBA.
tambourine, but most people say it as the tangerine.
Okay, well, give me another one.
Okay, Empire State of Mind. Okay, Wet Dream Tomato is really supposed to be what? These are where the stats are high. That this is what people think
Oh
the
my
words
gosh,
are.
I don't know. Empire State of Mind.
Yeah, where
Well, I don't
dreams
know
are
that
made
song.
of.
I don't know that song very well.
What?
Yeah, it's one of those songs I never listened to.
All the lonely Starbucks lovers from Blank Space.
These are songs I never listened to.
Oh, hopefully, we got a long list of ex-lovers. But this is what, like, this is like a.
Like, are these like 90s songs or 2000 songs?
Well, I think a lot of the old songs are what people say the wrong words to that most people might know.
Give me some.
How about a Bohemian Rhapsody? Wanna try that one? Okay, this one is saving his life from this warm sausage tea. I know, right?
From Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
What's the real
Thank
lyrics?
goodness we aren't in a contest. We're going to win a prize. Spare him his life from the monstrosity. Do you recognize the
I
line
know the
now?
lyric, yeah, but I would have never guessed that that's what it was.
So funny. All right, one more, and then you. Let's see. Okay, this is Summertime Sadness. Do you know this one?
Summertime Sadness?
Yeah.
The song?
Uh-huh.
No, never heard of it.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're not. I'm feeling a little like Drake tonight, which should be.
Yeah.
I'm feeling electric
I got
tonight.
no
Now
clue.
you know the song.
Yeah, but I got no clue.
But isn't that funny that people that like you have these songs and we come up with our own words, and what's really horrible is when you get caught singing it wrong. Like they turn it down and you're just singing away, and you've got your own. Like what was I Saint? Hey, oh, this is like a classic, and I walk around going, "Hey June."
Yeah, Hey June. It's Hey Jude. See, I know those songs. I remember one was "Hit Me with Your Dust Mop" and then "Hit Me with Your Best Shot." Yeah.
But that's what it sounds like. So, well, we do have a great guest coming on with us. But before we meet Keith Brooks, the founder of Big League Bash, why don't we tell a little bit about Jennifer Williams, our very good friend and a woman in business, incredible woman. She owns St. Louis Closet Co. for over 30 years. I mean, gorgeous building, right, Gordon, over
That's
there
right.
on Big Bend. All the manufacturing is done in-house. So you're not waiting for something to come from somewhere else. And you can literally walk in there and see them. She's just constructed these windows so you can see
Can't
them.
miss it. You've been on Big Bend, you cannot miss the building.
Yeah. So if it's a mud room, a basement, a living room, a bedroom, drawers, pantry, whatever it might be, something out in your garage, talk to Jennifer about it or someone from her team. Jennifer is always there. She's on site, taking care of her business all the time. They will take you from chaos to clarity, chaos to calm. She's local, she's locally owned. And, you know, that's one of our models we love so much is support local. It means everything to our cities when you do that.
And even if she's never done it before, but you have a vision of something of what you want done. I mean, that's what Nellie did. Nellie went to her and said, "Hey, I want something done for my production stuff."
Right.
And
the video is cool. If you want to go to Instagram to St. Louis Closet Co., you can check out the video actually of her coming in. And she said he was so nice and so considerate. She absolutely loved working with him. So that's a cool story as well. So let's take it to our guest. Hello, you're Keith.
I'm Keith.
Keith, nice to meet you.
Gordon,
nice to meet you.
We love having you here and talking about this incredible event that's coming up, Big League Bash fundraiser.
Yeah.
So you're the founder of this event.
Well, it's the first time we've had the event. I can't
take credit for it all.
Being the founder because my boss is the brainchild, Adam Wainwright. He has been doing this work for a number of years, and when he retired and began to really get in seriously into his music, one of the things we talked about is when the time came, we would love to have a benefit concert. And so this is, you know, partly his brainchild and the hard work of the Big League Impact team.
So you come from Cardinal Care, you're an executive, and then now coming into, of course, this incredible event that will be at the factory, right? Which is, if someone hasn't been to the factory for a concert, you are missing out on an incredible
It's an
experience
amazing
to listen to
venue.
music.
It is.
It's so comfortable. The seats are big, so you're not stuck up next to somebody.
Right.
There's so much room to sit comfortably.
Super
They
comfortable.
strategically have the bars
Yes.
at very accessible
Very important.
locations. You're not waiting in line for hours because they set it up carefully. Then they even have the cocktail tables you can sit at. They're a little bit of a high rise in the upper. We had a great experience going there.
It is. It's
The
an
sound.
amazing venue, and their staff have been great in terms of making sure that this fits the vision for Big League Impact and for the bash that we're hosting this Sunday, with food trucks outside to really set the tone for the backyard barbecue style event coming in, because Adam didn't want to have a gala, sit down event. He wanted people to have fun, have a party
Yeah.
that reflects the type of casual atmosphere that he likes to be in himself. And so they'll come in, and like you said, food, drinks, we have activities that'll be going on. Brad Thompson and Claire Keller will be engaging all of our fans, asking questions, trivia questions, giving away prizes, and then we'll shut that down right before the live music starts. We have two great opening acts, and then my boss, the founder of the Big Impact, Adam Wainwright, will then headline.
We got to meet Adam. We went to a big league impact event over at Topgolf.
Yes.
And
While he was still playing.
yeah, when he was playing ball. And so
A lot
he
of
was,
players were there.
yeah, he was so kind and caring, and you could tell the passion that he has. For those that don't know what Big League Impact is about, why don't, before we get more into the
Sure.
event and finding out, tell us a little bit about Big League.
Sure. So in 2013, Adam and his brother Trey started Big League Impact just as a offshoot of Adam and his wife Jenny's philanthropic efforts that were already happening. Adam wanted to do more, give more, and get his teammates and fans involved. And so he combined his love for giving back with his love for fantasy football, launched the Fantasy Football League with some of his teammates, and raised a lot of money for charity. And it quickly evolved to a platform that now works with ball players all around the league to help them with their philanthropic goals. So we host campaigns and events for players, and we have a great volunteer program called Mission 318, where players anywhere around the league, while they're on the road, instead of sitting in the hotel, if they want to get out and volunteer at some wonderful charities in MLB cities all around the country, they can. That's something that Adam did during his career, and we partner with the United Way to find some wonderful charities so that the players can plug into and give back in terms of their time and their talents. And then the platform also allows them to give back in terms of treasure, either donations that they want to make and they want us to find the charities and make sure that the money is properly distributed, or if they want to raise awareness and funds through events and campaigns, which we will host on their behalf.
Gosh, that's wonderful. They don't have to do that. That's credible that they
Yeah,
take the
you
time.
guys have raised what, $11 million?
Over
since
$11 million since 2013, and we've worked with over 100 players in a number of cities around MLB, and what's great about it is Adam is such a respected person in the league in terms of his competitiveness both on the field and his heart to give off the field, that it's not very difficult when players around the league hear about Big League Impact, hear about Adam Wainwright, hear that we have this awesome team that's willing and able to support their philanthropic efforts. We have typically gotten a very favorable response from guys who don't have their own charities but want to give back.
Can you
Yeah.
think of a specific story or something that stands out for you? That
Well,
Big League Impact.
Like I can hijack a story of Adams. I remember the year before he retired, he met a player who played for Houston, who lived in a village where Adam with one of the charities that he worked with years ago had put in a well and water treatment facility. And this this young player, and I hate that I can't recall his name off the top of my head, was in the visiting clubhouse when Houston came to play the Cardinals, and asked the clubby if he could meet Adam, and Adam wasn't sure what it was about, but he pitched that night, didn't have a great start, and he tells the story like when he went to over to the clubhouse, or when they brought the young player over to the clubhouse to meet him, he told him why. He's like, he just erased the loss and put everything into perspective and reminded him of his purpose, and the platform, the amazing platform that he has. And so, it's stories like that. It's, us having the opportunity to, during the in the aftermath of the tornadoes that just hit in May here in St. Louis, like have players donate toward the charities, help give us the opportunity to go out and help families in real time. Like those are the types of things that really kind of stand out, the impact of the work that we do. And so we have two stories, one where we were able to help in the immediate aftermath of a storm, and one where a young person who makes it to the major leagues and remembers the impact that a major leaguer had in his life years ago. And we
It's
never
incredible.
know what this work will do over time to benefit those um, who are recipients of this charity.
It's so great because I know Adam's got a deep Christian faith, and you can just see that pouring out of what he does and
Yes.
how he, and that's why, you say it put everything in perspective for him about how, it's just not about baseball. Baseball's given him this platform to be
Yes.
able to do greater things, which I love.
Absolutely. And you know, when 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 working with the players, when I work for the Cardinals and Cardinals care, working with the players, they're all great guys, and they're all using the platform for various purposes, charity, helping, supporting families, supporting their hometowns, and Adam just kind of brought all of that together under the banner of Big League Impact, and his, in my opinion, his superpower is that he's present. When he's somewhere, whether it's a concert, whether it's pitching like he did this weekend from the
Yeah,
mound.
how
Yeah.
great was that?
Yeah,
We actually saw a little clip of it. We
yeah,
were having a dinner in a restaurant, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, there it is!" And it was Adam
yeah,
Wainwright out
yeah.
there as well, which was fun.
He's able to like really capture the moment that he's in,
Embraces it.
and
Yeah.
give people around him a good experience. And so that's what we're hoping for Sunday at the Big League Bash.
So you have the Big League Bash, but if there's someone out there listening that would like to be involved, what are some of the things you're looking for help? Volunteers? Is there a way to make donations?
Absolutely. So you can go to bigleagueimpact.org. There's still tickets available, so you can come out and join us at the bash. You can definitely donate to Big League Impact, one of the many campaigns that you'll see running on our website. There are opportunities for that. There are opportunities also to sign up for this event because it's a week away. We have plenty of volunteers, but there's opportunity to sign up to support future events. So after the bash, we have a short break in the month of August, and then we kick off our 2025-2026 Fantasy Football League the first week in September, right before the football season
I've
starts.
been wanting to get into that, and every year
You
I forget
should.
about it.
You
It's like
should.
I used to do fantasy football all the time, and then I quit
Yeah.
doing it for a long time. And it's like, what's the
So now
saying?
you
Ain't nobody
just
got no time for that. That was me
so
for a while,
now
but now I want to
you
do it
just got
again. So I'm gonna
excited.
have to get on board with it
Yeah.
this year.
So yeah, so like I said, go to bigleagueimpact.org, and there you see all the wonderful work that's being done and opportunities to donate and or plug in, attend an event, and just follow us on
Social
face,
media.
Facebook, yes, Instagram, Twitter, and see what we're doing. We typically send out information about our events and campaigns to engage folks on social media and on our website.
So they can be part of that. So they can, to be able to get tickets, they can actually go to the factory to be able to purchase those tickets, or
Actually, like I said, just go to our website,
okay,
bigleagueimpact.org. You can do it on your phone. You can do it from your computer. All the tickets, it's 2025. All the tickets are
Got it
digital.
up right now.
Right, exactly.
BigLeagueImpact.org bash
Yes.
slash bash. Okay.
/bash. When you go to
Buy
our
one, get one
website, it's the
free.
first thing that pops up. And right, we have a BOGO going on right now because like I said, we know how excited people are.
Yeah.
And what we did was the factory was generous enough to put together a kids area. We'll have a photo booth and bubbles and
great.
coloring for kids. And so we did a BOGO offer so that we can make it more family friendly, and kids who may be more interested in the festivities than the music, their parents could still bring them along and have a good time and make it affordable for them.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, Big League Bash fundraiser, of course, put Big Bash 25 in there to be able to get the buy one, get one free, which is wonderful. And that is coming up Sunday, July 27th. It's 5:30 to 10. The factory, which is located in Chesterfield, very easy to get to. And again, if you haven't been to the factory, what a great excuse to see it for the first time, to be a part of something that's making such a difference in so many people's lives, and then be able to see Adam Wainwright as well and his new, I mean, how many people get to have two huge successful careers, right? I mean, go from being a baseball player to being a rock star. I mean, pretty exciting. Well, thank you so much, Keith Brooks, here with us today to spend some time to let us know about the Big League Impact and, of course, the Big League Bash fundraiser that's coming up on Sunday. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
We are going to be back with the brunch queen herself, Suzanne, right here on the In Your City show. Show it just got more delicious right now with Suzanne, and you know what, we just said her last name,
Vizethann. Yeah,
I got it. Too hard, then I totally mess it up. She is the powerhouse behind Atlanta's beloved Buttermilk Kitchen. And if you go to her Buttermilk Kitchen site, you will begin to be very, very hungry.
Now I'm hungry for buttermilk pancakes.
Oh my gosh, the picture is incredible. A brunch staple that elevates Southern comfort food and fresh local ingredients and bold creativity. She's Chopped Champion. How cool is that? Cookbook author, the star chef featured on the Today Show, diners, drive-ins, and dives, and more. I mean, that is quite
I like how you said that like they were three separate shows.
I did. Well, I didn't mean to. Well, no, Today's Show is one. Diners is one. Drive-ins and dives is one.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives is all one.
Welcome
to the Kelly Show.
That's about how I am with sports, messing things up all the time and more. So maybe we should just let Suzanne explain. And then
the only reason I'm here is just to keep her back on track.
But Suzanne has a new cookbook that offers 60+ seasonally inspired recipes. And so we're so glad to talk to you. I love people that know how to bake and cook because I don't.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, we're so happy to hear from you, and we hear that people say that your food is elevated yet comforting. It's like meals that feel like a hug. That's a pretty cool statement to say about you.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. Yeah, I think when I was starting out my journey, I've been a classically trained chef, and realized that not a lot of chefs were doing breakfast and brunch. I came from night service, more like fine dining. And always really loved the daytime, especially the hours. And breakfast has just always been one of my favorite things to cook, to eat. Growing up, when my parents made me breakfast for dinner, I always loved that. I just feel like it's very nostalgic. So, I really wanted to take the things that I had learned, like attention to detail, and more of that like refined simplicity that you learn in more of fine dining and dinner service, and really apply that to brunch and breakfast service. And I just felt like that really wasn't getting the attention it deserved.
Yeah. Sorry, we could about to ask something.
No, I love breakfast too. Breakfast was always one of my favorite meals. In fact, I always loved it when I was a kid and my mom would say for dinner, she'd say, "We're having breakfast tonight." And I was like,
It's the
awesome.
best.
It's the best. It is the
It
best.
is.
So how did you get, what is your upbringing that inspired this passion and love of food?
You know, I really can probably credit it back to my parents, both phenomenal cooks. My dad, Italian background, Italian family, just loved to cook, everything about food. And I think just from a really young age, I had a great appreciation of good food. We always gathered around the table. We were always a family that cooked everything from scratch and big Thanksgiving meals. So I feel like that was just instilled in me at a young age, and I attribute a lot of it to watching the Food Network. When I was in college, the Food Network was really big, and I would just watch the shows and just, go to the store, try to recreate exactly what I saw on the show. And I just discovered I had a real passion for it. And so that led to culinary school and,
Were
eventually
you?
opening restaurants.
See, here's the problem with me, Suzanne. See, you said keywords. Well, I came from an Italian family. Nona, it took her 2 days to prepare for a meal. Everything was from scratch and so delicious. I guess I wasn't catching on the right way. And I didn't grow up in an era of Food Network. We had Andy Griffith and black and white television.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
how
we
old
had.
we are. We missed out on all the amazing things that you've been able to be part of and be inspired to carry on that career. Talking about the Food Network, let's talk about Chopped. What kind of experience was that, and how did you get involved?
Oh, that was crazy. It was the most terrifying experience ever. But they approached me. The show is originally, filmed up in New York, and they started to broaden their search of chefs. They were starting to look for Southern chefs, and really just broaden their search of talent. And so I was invited to try out, which I did, and then got on the show. And it's wild. I'd never, I was, I think, 26 at the time. It was a long time ago. Had no experience in TV. There's cameramen everywhere. All the timing that you see on the show is very real. They are very serious about that. It was a wild experience, and I think a lot of it is just harnessing the nerves. And then, just being like, okay, I know how to cook. I know how to do this. Just do you. I think the biggest thing that I learned through all of my cooking shows is to be yourself. They want to know who you are. And so to really make sure that you represent yourself that way. It's hard to do, because you're in your head a lot of like, oh, you don't want to go home first and you don't want to get cut. But once I got through the first round, I was super, super nervous, but then I started to settle down a little bit and started cooking, my style. And fortunately I won. It was an amazing experience.
Oh, I can only
You
imagine.
see all these chef shows and you see all these things and it's just like hectic and it's the kitchen's crazy and people yelling. And is it really like that in real life, or is it just part of the show? Or, I mean, because we've watched the movie, so we're watching the show The Bear, right?
Yeah.
Where, and we watched a
Stressful.
crazy movie the other night called The Menu. I don't know if you've
Oh my
seen
gosh,
that.
let's not put the
Yeah,
menu in
love
and
it.
for moments
No,
together.
but I'm saying we're watching all these crazy, and they take it so seriously, and I mean it's to a point of almost, it's just it's a part of life.
Incredible deep passion.
So it's like, is it really that crazy in some of these places and some of the things that you've done, and just
It
that
certainly
stressful?
can be. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of pressure, especially, the type of restaurant you're in. Like, there's a lot of pressure to perform every night, especially more in like fine dining where people are spending a ton of money. They're making a reservation, they're celebrating, most of them, celebrating some sort of celebration, whether it be an anniversary or a birthday. And they're really relying on you to make this perfect for them and make this an
Yeah.
experience for them. So, and, there's just little room for error. Like if you burn something or, you overbook, there's just so many things, or a staff member calls out. There's just so many things that can happen, and there's really no room to hide from
Yeah.
those things. So,
Let's
it's
take
high
the
pressure.
stress. Let's take the pressure and the stress off for a minute, and let's say you're at home all by yourself and you're going to cook something just for you, what is your go-to for a lazy Sunday morning for your brunch item?
A lazy Sunday morning?
Or give me
Oh,
Saturday, just any day that you're just I'm gonna do a brunch for me, and it's just gonna be what I want. What is that gonna be?
I love banana pancakes. That's like one of my favorite things. And I can be pretty simple. I love like perfectly scrambled eggs with chives and like a really great piece of buttered like sourdough toast and
All
jam.
right,
Mm.
what scrambled egg secret do you have for me? Because I make some pretty good scrambled eggs at home, Kelly says.
They are.
Well, you gotta, to me, it's just, using great ingredients, using good eggs, making sure you're whisking them properly. I add a little touch of water when I'm scrambling in the bowl. It makes them a little more tender. And then, your heat is really, really important. It's very easy to overcook eggs, especially scrambled eggs. And you have to make sure that you're stirring really like vigorously. So
Yep.
you're getting really small curds and you want when your scrambled eggs are done right, they should be very creamy. You don't really need to add anything to them. And I always season them at the end.
At the end. And why is that?
They can retain, like the salt can draw out actual moisture in the eggs. So if you salt them too early, it can make your eggs a little watery. So I always salt them at the end and finish them off the heat.
So you talked about good ingredients, so which that would be obviously sometimes we grab things or we want to cook in a hurry. I think having the patience and the time, cooking and baking, I mean, they're two different things, but they can be so pleasurable, take stress off, taking the time. It's hard to find that time. Is there maybe any special tips that you might offer to enjoy? Let's talk about your new cookbook, Brunch Season, and why it's getting a lot of love. Maybe there's some reasons in there that could help us at home to enjoy cooking more, to enjoy baking from your cookbook.
You know, I think good ingredients start with going to your farmer, going to the source, right? So
Mm.
spending some time at your local farmer's market, learning how to cook things in season. That is always something that's really rewarding to me because not only are you supporting that farmer, but you're also creating something that maybe you haven't done before.
Mhm.
Like using Swiss chard versus spinach, kind of just relating it to something that you are very familiar with and then substituting it out for something that you found in season that somebody grew right there. Talking to the
That's
farmers,
wonderful.
asking them how they like to prepare something, if it's a vegetable that you're not familiar with. And really just when you experience an ingredient in its peak, in Georgia, we're really known for peaches. And when you actually get to taste a peach that's in season, that was grown by a farmer, it's just the difference is amazing. It's like, having a perfect tomato versus
Yeah.
something that you get in the grocery store that's traveled on a truck for 5 days, I mean, it's just, it's amazing. And then from there, it's just really just simple things. It's, really nice sea salt. It's a really great balsamic vinegar. It's a high quality olive oil. It's, again, these simple things that if you just invest in them and get
Will
good
make a
products,
difference.
your ingredients are going to shine.
I like that your cookbook says that your dishes are refined, but they're approachable. So you're giving us more of a simple way to be able to cook at home. Is that correct?
Yeah, I always try to, especially when you're doing a recipe, which can be difficult for a chef, especially because you are trying to, um, not only trying to like to scale down the recipe, but you're also trying to make it resonate with the home cook, right? And kind of getting a different language and verbiage of how to teach that to somebody that might not have a lot of experience in cooking. So I really try to do that. I really try to be mindful of the home cook when I write my recipes.
Hmm.
I want to know more about, because I have a love affair for old diners. Tell me a little bit more about the diner.
The Buttermilk Kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if classically we're a diner. I mean, we're definitely, we were on the show, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, but it's a restaurant. We've been around almost 13 years. We're in Atlanta, Georgia. We recently opened a location up in Maine. That's where I primarily reside now. So we're in a coastal town. It's a very similar menu, but more of a coastal flair. And just, you can expect your favorites. We're really known for our fried chicken. We have a really popular fried chicken biscuit that is paired with our red pepper jelly that we make in-house. Pancakes, obviously. We really try to do majority of everything made from scratch. Good waffles, good pancakes, local ingredients. We try to source as local as possible. We use a really awesome local buttermilk that we get from a butter company. Really
Can I
just
ask you?
simplicity.
You just said a key word. You're called the Buttermilk Kitchen. You
Yeah.
just said that you get from the farmer's market your key ingredient. Tell me what buttermilk makes your place so special? Are you using that in mostly everything? Is that your signature item?
We definitely use a lot of buttermilk. But the reason I named it Buttermilk Kitchen, I mean, I know it sounds very obvious, like, oh, they must have a lot of buttermilk there or things with buttermilk. But it went back to the philosophy I was reading before we opened. I was reading an article how buttermilk used to be made before it was like commercialized. And it was obviously the byproduct of when butter was made. And it was all based on the philosophy of letting nothing go to waste, right? So back in the old days, they were always reutilizing waste. And so that's very much our philosophy in the kitchen. So it was Buttermilk Kitchen.
That's perfect. I love that. Well, you're definitely staying true to your roots, staying fresh, and love the fact of just hearing you say, make sure you've got, if you're going to have olive oil, if you're going to have buttermilk, or if you're going to have certain ingredients, you're going to get the best of it to be able to make those perfect dishes like that. So you have your new cookbook that's out. If we want to be able to get that, the new cookbook is called Brunch Season. Of course, we can, I'm sure, order that. Let us know how we can make sure we can get hands on that.
Yeah, definitely. If you go to our website, buttermilkkitchen.com, it's right there on the shop page. We'll deliver it. We'll ship it out to you. There's also a lot of other links, like every Barnes and Noble carries it. So it's
But if we
pretty
get it through your
readily available.
Buttermilk Kitchen site, we'll be able to have an autograph then.
Yes.
As you keep getting bigger and soaring through the world of the power of food. What is your favorite recipe in the brunch season? I know you love them all, but if you were to say you've got to have it just because of this, what would it be?
Oh gosh, that's hard. Well, I'll stick with the summer chapter because we're in the summer.
Okay.
I love, there is a roasted fig French toast with like a whipped ricotta that I love. It's really simple and really good. And there's also a really good fried chicken, a skillet fried chicken recipe in there.
Okay, I'm getting it for that. And I'm going to get all the right ingredients as well.
Mm.
Suzanne, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Congratulations on your win of Chopped, your incredible second new location of the Buttermilk Kitchen. All of that is so exciting. We look forward to featuring your recipe in our magazines and so much more, because I think everybody needs to know you and bring a little Southern hospitality into their home and enjoy with family and friends. There's nothing better than gathering around the inside or outside with family and friends and enjoying great food together. It just kind of makes the world better.
It sure does.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you very much. Suzanne, go ahead. I want to say it wrong. Vizethann. It's Vizethann, since I'm butchering it.
Vizethann?
Vizethann. There we go.
Got it.
She just has to say it, and then we've got it. We're perfect. The Buttermilk Kitchen, and of course, her new cookbook, Brunch Season. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
and have a delicious rest of the night.
All
right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You too. All right, well, that didn't get your taste buds going. I don't know what
I
will.
know.
So we appreciate so much getting to meet Suzanne and find out more about her cookbook and her restaurants. If you're in Atlanta, you're definitely going to want to check out the Buttermilk Kitchen. We are going to be back tomorrow with another great show right here on the In Your City show at the Lou Information Station. Of course, live on demand 24/7 at louinfo.com. Check out all the great shows throughout the day and evening right here on KLIS 590 and the Lou Info station as well. We'd love you to follow us, like us at our Instagram pages and our Facebook at In Your City Show. So until our next fun show, go ahead, have a cocktail, mocktail, and cheers.
Cheers.